Vex-Thoral's scales flashed from violet to yellow as the alarm shrieked, his 4 eyes focused on the security display. Cargo Bay 7, unauthorized lifeform detected. Of course it's Cargo Bay 7, he muttered, his tail coiling as its bioluminescent tip pulsed. The Vythorian security chief grabbed his scanner with one hand and stun baton with the other. Always the restricted bays. The cargo bay doors hissed open to dim blue emergency lighting. Vex-Thoral's breathing slits flared as he swept the scanner. The device chirped, pointing toward the far corner. Then he heard it. A low guttural sound that made his crystalline scales ripple to pale pink. Something that triggered every prey instinct evolution had burned into Vythorian DNA. Security to medical. Possible quarantine situation. Already coming! Dr. Kesinax's mandibles clicked through the comm. Vex-Thoral edged around a crate and froze. His scales went bright red. A human woman crouched beside a shipping container. And in front of her, backed into the corner with lips pulled back showing white teeth, was approximately 15 pounds of golden-furred death. Rowan, Vex-Thoral said slowly. Please tell me that's not what I think it is. The human turned, completely calm. Oh, Vex, this is Simba. That is an Earth lion cub. Well, yes, but he's only 10 weeks old. Only? Vex-Thoral's scales went crimson. Earth lions are Class 7 apex predators, banned on all stations. The cub made another sound, higher pitched, frightened. When Rowan stepped toward it, the cub flinched violently, one paw swiping at air. He's scared, Rowan said softly. Good. Now step away so I can activate containment. Rowan did something that made Vex-Thoral's scales go white. She knelt. She lowered herself to the ground and held out one hand palm up toward the terrified cub. No, 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 Vex-Thoral whispered. That's prey behavior. You're doing prey behavior to an apex predator. Simba. Rowan's voice dropped to a whisper. I know you're scared. New place. Strange smells. The cub's ears swiveled toward her. I'm not going to hurt you. I will never hurt you. Never. The cargo bay doors opened. Dr. Kesinax scuttled in, her 6 compound eyes glittering, her 2 insectoid arms clutching a medical scanner and large sedative injector. Her mandibles clicked rapidly. She saw the scene and stopped so abruptly her chitinous legs scraped the deck. Is that human kneeling in front of a Terran apex predator? Yes, Vex-Thoral said flatly. Has she suffered head trauma? I'm starting to think all humans have. Rowan continued speaking softly. See? Just my hand. I'm not moving fast. You're safe. Simba's golden eyes fixed on her hand. The cub's nose twitched. Its ears flicked forward, then back, then forward. Someone page Commander Drex-Thorn, Dr. Kesinax whispered. We're witnessing a human death. Already on it. Vex-Thoral hit his comm. Security to Commander, Cargo Bay 7. Immediate. The what? Commander Drex-Thorn's reptilian hiss crackled through. I'm in the middle of... A human is performing prey submission to an Earth lion cub. Silence. Then, coming. The cub stepped forward. Then another step. Its oversized paws made it stumble awkwardly. That's it, Rowan murmured. You're so brave. Brave? Vex-Thoral's scales strobed. It's a predator. Shh, you're scaring him. I'm scaring... Simba reached her hand. The cub's nose touched her palm, whiskers twitching. Rowan didn't move. The cub sniffed, then rubbed the side of its face against her fingers. Good boy, Rowan whispered. Such a good, brave boy. Her other hand slowly reached out and scratched behind one rounded ear. The cub's eyes closed. A rumbling sound filled the cargo bay. Dr. Kesinax's mandibles locked. Is it growling before attack? I think it's purring. Vex-Thoral's tail coiled around his leg. Why would a predator purr? I don't know anything anymore. The doors opened again. Commander Drex-Thorn strode in, his reptilian bulk making the floor vibrate. His forked tongue flicked out, tasting the air. His vertical pupils contracted to slits. He saw Rowan gently stroking the cub's head while it pushed against her hand and his jaw hung open. Commander, Vex-Thoral said weakly. I can explain. Can you? Drex-Thorn's tongue flicked. Can you explain why there's a Class 7 predator in my cargo bay? He's not an it, Rowan said, looking up. Simba's head rested in her lap now. His name is Simba. He was being transported to military research for aggression studies, isolation, stress tests, because he's a Class 7 apex predator. He's a baby! Rowan's voice rose. Simba's ears twitched and she softened immediately. Sorry, little one. Back to them. He's 10 weeks old. He should be with his mother. Instead, they were going to torture him. So you stole him, Drex-Thorn said flatly. I rescued him. The commander's tail slapped the deck. Simba's head jerked up, ears flat, and a tiny growl emerged. Every alien froze. Rowan's hand went to the cub's head, stroking. Shh, it's okay, she looked at Drex-Thorn, eyes hard. If anyone tries to hurt him, they go through me. She's defending it, Dr. Kesinax whispered. She's claimed the predator. A new voice. Hey, Vex, you called engineering? Something about containment? Holy hell, is that a lion? Harlan stood in the doorway, toolkit in one hand, sandwich in the other. He was tall with grease-stained coveralls and perpetual confusion. Harlan, Rowan brightened. I need you to modify crew quarters for lion cub habitation. No, Drex-Thorn said. Temperature control, climbing structures? No. Feeding schedule adjustments? Rowan! The commander's voice rattled containers. Simba's ears went flat and the cub scrambled behind Rowan's legs, peering out with wide eyes. Rowan scooped him up in both arms. Simba buried his face in her shoulder. Look what you did. You scared him. That creature could tear out your throat. He's a baby. Baby apex predators are still apex predators. He's scared and alone, so I'm protecting him. Vex-Thoral watched Simba peek from Rowan's shoulder. The cub saw him and made a small questioning sound. His scales went pale yellow. Commander, I don't think we can separate them. What? Look, it's bonded. She's bonded. If we force separation, she'll fight. And if we sedate her... He trailed off. The cub might defend her, Dr. Kesinax finished. Drex-Thorn's scales shifted through shades of green. This is illegal, dangerous. Yeah, Harlan said. But look how cute he is. Every alien head swiveled. What? Harlan shrugged. Big eyes, fuzzy ears. Okay, yeah, teeth, but mostly adorable. You're as insane as she is. A speaker crackled. Commander, the Zhyntari diplomatic delegation arrived early. They're requesting immediate station tour. Drex-Thorn's eyes closed. Of course. He pointed at Rowan. Quarantine Wing 7, now. The cub stays contained until I figure this out. But... Now. Rowan stood, cradling Simba. As she passed Vex-Thoral, he got a close look. Small, fluffy, paws too big. When it looked at him, it just looked young. His scales flickered orange. I'll need proper food, Rowan said at the door. Raw meat, bone content, vitamins. Medical will prepare something, Dr. Kesinax said. Strangest case in my career. Thank you. Rowan paused. He's not a monster. He's scared. Give me time to prove it. She left, Harlan trailing behind, asking about water filtration. Commander, Vex-Thoral said carefully. The Zhyntari are nervous if they discover we have an Earth predator. They don't discover it, Drex-Thorn snapped. No one outside this room knows. Clear? Crystal, Dr. Kesinax said. After the commander left, Vex-Thoral and the doctor stood in dim blue light. How badly will this end? She asked quietly. Vex-Thoral's scales cycled through every color before settling on resigned gray. Catastrophically. That's what I thought. I'm preparing multiple medical bays. After she left, Vex-Thoral pulled up security footage. Rewound to when Simba approached Rowan's hand. Watched the cub's ears go from flat and afraid to forward and curious. His scales flickered yellow. This station is not prepared for whatever happens next. 3 days since the lion cub arrived. 3 days since Commander Drex-Thorn authorized a temporary observation period. 3 days of nightmares. He stood outside quarantine, all 4 eyes fixed on the scene inside. Rowan sat cross-legged, and Simba, noticeably larger now, sprawled across her lap like he owned her, which he probably did. This is fine, he muttered, tail coiling. Everything is fine. The predator is contained. Nothing can... His calm chirped. Vex-Thoral, Rowan's voice, too cheerful. Simba and I are ready for our walk. His scales flashed red. Your what? Our walk, fresh air, socialization, essential for development. He's in quarantine, which is cruel. He needs stimulation. Through the window, Rowan held up rope. She attached it to Simba's collar. When had she gotten a collar? And smiled at the camera. We'll use service corridors. Absolutely not. Research Exemption Clause 7-B. Behavioral observation requires environmental variation. That's for alien plants. Doesn't specify plants. Vex-Thoral checked his handheld. Technically correct. The worst kind. If that creature attacks, he won't. You're personally liable. He's a good boy, Vex. Trust me. His scales went pale. Famous last words. But Rowan was already at the door, Simba trotting beside her, tail swishing. The cub looked up and made a small chirp. Her face lit up. Good talk! The door opened. Wait, I'm coming! Vex-Thoral grabbed his stun baton. For the incident report. They entered main corridor Delta 5. Curved hallway, regular traffic, announcement speakers every 20 meters. A crystalline Zhyntari maintenance worker rounded the corner, 2 arms holding a repair kit. It saw Simba. Its body flashed white, and it dropped everything. It ran. See? Rowan said brightly as tools scattered. Minimal interaction. That was terror. Simba, fascinated by dropped tools, tugged toward them. Rowan held firm. No, Simba, not toys. The cub sat immediately. Good boy. She gave him preserved meat. Simba took it gently, chomped twice, swallowed. Are you reward training an apex predator? Positive reinforcement works across all species. Rowan scratched his ears. Simba leaned in, eyes closing. See? He's learning. He's learning humans are food dispensers. They continued. 2 crew members saw them approaching and pressed against the wall. 1 Saurian, scales shifting to fear gray. 1 avian, crest feathers vertical. Morning, Rowan waved. They didn't respond, just stared. After passing, Vex-Thoral heard whispers. Did that human walk a death machine? I'm hallucinating. Perhaps we should return. Simba stopped. Ears forward, body still. Then he pounced. Predatory behavior? But Simba attacked a maintenance drone. The cub's paws batted at it. The drone beeped in confusion. Simba pounced again, tumbled over his feet, rolled twice, ended on his back with the drone bumping his stomach. He looked surprised, then delighted. He grabbed it with all 4 paws and bit. No! Rowan tugged the leash. Simba, drop it! The cub looked at her, drone in mouth. But it's moving. Drop it! Simba let go. The drone, dented and drooled, beeped indignantly and zoomed away. He was playing, Vex-Thoral said weakly. Of course, he's 10 weeks old. Rowan pulled another treat. Simba, come. The cub bounded over, sat, received reward. Most insane thing I've witnessed. And I saw a human drink near boiling caffeine. They rounded a corner and nearly hit Harlan, elbow deep in a wall panel. Oh hey, he said, not looking up. Rowan, tiny murder machine. His name is Simba. Right. Harlan pulled a fused circuit. Still a murder machine. Simba sniffed Harlan's boot. The engineer glanced down, shrugged, kept working. You're not afraid? Vex-Thoral's scales flickered orange. Of what? He's 15 pounds. Harlan gestured with a wrench. My sister's cat is meaner. Your sister's cat isn't class 7. You haven't met her cat. 3 assault charges. Simba yawned. His mouth opened wide, showing every small, sharp tooth, pink tongue, distinctive lion jaw. Vex-Thoral stumbled back, scales pure red. Threat display! He yawned, Rowan said. Those are weapons. Baby teeth. Still weapons! Simba, confused by shouting, pressed against Rowan's leg. She knelt and stroked his head. You're okay. The shouty alien is scared. I'm not scared, I'm professionally concerned. Harlan's calm chirped. Engineering Conference Room Alpha. Zhyntari environmental controls malfunctioning. Great. Harlan closed the panel. More diplomatic problems. He looked at Rowan. They're still here? 3 more days of security evaluation. They're paranoid, Vex-Thoral corrected. Which is why they can never know. A dignified voice echoed ahead. Assure you, Ambassador, highest safety standards. Commander Drex-Thorn's voice, followed by nervous Zhyntari chittering, heading their direction. Vex-Thoral's scales went translucent. Hide the predator! Hide him where? Rowan looked around. No doors, no alcoves, just... The Zhyntari delegation rounded the corner. 6 of them 4 feet tall, iridescent scales shifting through anxious purples. 2 arms gesticulating constantly. 3 eyes per head swiveling independently. Nervous gembirds. Behind them, Drex-Thorn saw Rowan, Simba, and Vex-Thoral. His tongue snapped out and back. His eyes promised death. The lead Zhyntari's eyes locked on Simba. Every scale went pure white. Predator! Multi-toned shriek. Apex Predator, Class 7, evacuate! They turned as one and sprinted. One tripped over another. Both went down, scrambled up without breaking stride, disappeared still screaming. Drex-Thorn stood perfectly still. His scales cycled through colors Vex-Thoral had never seen. Finally, voice that could freeze stars. My office, all of you, now. Simba too? Rowan asked. Especially the Predator. The commander's office wasn't designed for apex predators. Sleek metal, glass furniture, transparent aluminum desk, viewport showing stars. Simba thought it was fascinating. He prowled around sniffing everything while 4 species watched with horror. Drex-Thorn sat behind his desk, tail twitching. 3 days! 3 days to keep that creature hidden, and you brought it to the diplomatic corridor. In my defense, you didn't specifically, because I assumed obvious. Simba, investigating a corner plant, sneezed. The leaves rustled. He jumped back, startled, then crept forward and patted a leaf. Dr. Kes Enax, summoned along with Harlan, watched with 6 compound eyes. I hate that I find this endearing. Don't, Vex-Thoral said, scales miserable gray. It's psychological warfare, evolved cuteness to lower prey defenses. Did they, though? Harlan leaned against the wall. Or is he objectively adorable? The Zhyntari are threatening an incident report. Drex-Thorn's tail slammed. With the Galactic Trade Commission. Know what that means? Station gets flagged. We lose contracts, funding, everything. Technically, Rowan said carefully, Simba didn't hurt anyone. He existed in their vicinity. That seems discriminatory. Drex-Thorn's eyes closed. I am trying very hard not to lose my temper. A low rumbling filled the office. Every alien froze. Is it growling? Drex-Thorn's eyes snapped open. Rowan looked over. Simba had curled in a sunlight patch from the viewport, eyes half closed, rumbling clearly from him. He's purring, comfortable, happy. That's a threat vocalization. It's contentment. Sounds like engine malfunction, Harlan offered. Simba stretched, extending all 4 legs, flexing tiny claws, then rolled onto his back, exposing his stomach. Vex-Thoral's scales went bright yellow. Why is it displaying vulnerable areas? Is it a trap? It's trust. He feels safe here. That's worse. If it feels safe, it'll want to stay. A chime. Commander, Zhyntari Ambassador requesting emergency meeting. Drex-Thorn's claws scraped the desk. Tell them I'm implementing immediate corrective measures. Should I specify? No, because I don't know yet. He looked at Rowan. What will it take for you to surrender that creature? Define surrender. Secure facility, trained handlers, far from civilians. You mean prison. Appropriate safety protocols. Rowan crossed her arms. How would Simba handle separation after bonding, after trusting? Simba, hearing his name, lifted his head, saw Rowan, got up, patted over, bumped his head against her leg. She scratched behind his ears. He purred louder. Oh, for... Drex-Thorn's tongue flicked rapidly. Fine, fine, new plan. Dr. Kesinax, how dangerous is this cub? The doctor's mandibles clicked. Comparing bite force to adults, currently minimal, claws sharp but small, instincts present but untrained. Her eyes swiveled to Simba. Current state, a healthy adult could fight him off, maybe get scratched. So not immediately lethal. Not immediately, though in 6 months. I don't care about 6 months. I care about now. The commander stood. Here's what's happening. Rowan, you have 48 hours to prove that creature is trainable and controllable. If you succeed, we discuss long-term. If you fail, Simba goes to secure facility. That's not enough? 48 hours, Rowan's jaw set. Fine. What do I prove? That he can be in controlled environment with multiple species without causing panic. Drex-Thorn's eyes narrowed. Tomorrow, 0900 hours. Security training room, mandatory, department heads, species representatives, and the Zhyntari ambassador. Vex-Thoral's scales flashed white. Commander, if something goes wrong, then we're finished anyway. The Zhyntari will file their report. Station is done. The commander's tail slapped once. But if Rowan demonstrates actual control, proves the cub is genuinely safe, maybe we salvage this. It's a test, Rowan said quietly. Your only option. She looked at Simba, now chewing her bootlace. Okay, we'll do it. Everyone out. As they filed out, Harlan leaned to Vex-Thoral. Odds this goes well? Vex-Thoral's scales cycled through every color before settling defeated gray. I'm starting my will tonight. Next morning, Security Training Room 7 was packed. Vex-Thoral arrived an hour early, chairs in semicircles, safety barriers, medical team, containment field generators tested 6 times. Now, watching department heads file in, his scales pulsed with anxiety. The Zhyntari ambassador entered with 4 bodyguards, all eyeing the room like a trap. Scales already stress-white. Commander Drex-Thorn stood at front, commanding despite nervous tongue-flicking. Dr. Kes settled in, mandibles clicking what might be prayers. Harlan inexplicably brought popcorn. "Where did you get popcorn?" Vex-Thoral hissed. "Deck 9 vending machine." Harlan crunched. "Figured if I'm watching disaster, might as well snack." The door opened. Rowan entered with Simba on his leash. The cub, slightly bigger after proper nutrition, looked around with curiosity. Everyone else looked with terror. "Thank you for coming," Rowan said steadily. "I know Simba's presence caused concern. I'm here to demonstrate those concerns are unfounded." "By putting us with a predator?" The ambassador's voice was high. "By showing he's not a threat." Rowan walked to center. Simba followed, tail swishing. "Simba, sit!" The cub sat. Multiple gasps. "Good boy." She gave a treat. "Now stay." She walked across the room. Simba stayed, though golden eyes tracked her. "He follows commands. He's been socialized. He's comfortable around other species." She gestured. "Watch." She produced a small ball and rolled it. Simba's body went alert. His haunches wiggled. He pounced. Half the room evacuated. The ambassador was halfway to the door before Rowan called, "He's playing, just play behavior." Simba had caught the ball, now batting it around with his paws, completely absorbed. "You see?" Rowan picked up the ball. Simba immediately sat, looking expectantly. "He's a baby, playing with toys, like any young creature." "Any young creature that could hunt us," the ambassador said, but he'd stopped fleeing. "Maybe, but that's not what he's learning. He's learning aliens are friends, humans protect. Violence isn't necessary." She knelt beside Simba. "Aren't you, little one?" Simba head-bumped her hand. The purring started. Dr. Kes mandibles clicked softly. "I hate that I find this reassuring." "Don't," Vex-Thoral muttered. "Still a predator." "A predator consistently gentle," the doctor pointed out. "I've been monitoring. No aggressive incidents. No hunting behavior. Just play and bonding." Drex-Thorn stepped forward. "Ambassador, your assessment?" The Zhyntari leader's scales were pale but no longer pure white. His 3 eyes examined Simba. "The creature is smaller than expected. He's a juvenile. Won't reach full size for years." "And in those years, what prevents danger?" "Me." Rowan's voice was firm. "I'm bonded to him, responsible for him. If Simba ever poses threat, I'll handle it. But he won't." She looked at the cub, expression softening. "Because I'll never hurt him, and I'll never let him hurt anyone." Silence except Simba's purring. Finally, the ambassador's scales shifted pale blue, not calm but no longer terrified. "I want monthly safety reports, behavioral assessments, strict habitat protocols." "Done," Drex-Thorn said immediately. "And if there's one incident, he'll be transferred." "Agreed." The ambassador's scales rippled. "Then I withdraw my complaint. Provisionally." Tension dropped. Rowan's smile was so bright, Vex-Thoral's scales automatically shifted yellow. "Thank you. You won't regret this." "I already regret this," the ambassador muttered, leaving with his bodyguards. As the room emptied, Harlan crunched popcorn. "Better than expected." "The bar was nobody dies," Vex-Thoral pointed out. "And we cleared it. That's a win." Drex-Thorn approached Rowan, who was letting Simba chase the ball. "You understand the conditions. One mistake?" "There won't be any." "There are always mistakes." But his scales had softened. "However, the creature is less immediately threatening than anticipated. His name is Simba. The predator cub is less threatening. Keep it that way." After everyone left except Vex-Thoral, Rowan sat on the floor, exhausted. Simba immediately climbed into her lap. "You realize," Vex-Thoral said, scales confused orange, "your dangerous predator bond is becoming mandatory training for every xeno-wildlife station in the sector." "Really?" "High Command is already talking. Human predator management protocols. You're revolutionizing xeno-biology." Rowan laughed, scratching Simba's ears. "I just wanted to save one scared cub." "You did." Vex-Thoral's scales flickered soft violet. Calm, finally. Though I'm still filing for transfer. Why? Because in 6 months that cub will weigh 200 pounds, and I'd like to be elsewhere when you try this again. Simba yawned, still showing tiny sharp teeth, and curled up in Rowan's lap. Vex-Thoral's scales went yellow, definitely filing that transfer. But leaving, he looked back once, saw the human and predator curled together in artificial sunlight, and for just a moment, his scales flickered violet. Maybe some bonds transcended logic, even bonds between humans and apex predators, even if completely, absolutely, undeniably insane.